We have Frank over here behind me, who's not really doing much. I mean, he walks around with a towel like he's special, and he's gonna come talk to me and let's start this over. So anyway, welcome to second video of October. We're gonna do a lot of talking outside today. Those are the bedsides to my personal 1969 Chevy C10 that I kind of started working on at home, but I'll bring down here eventually, but it's giving me and my boys something to work on at home, along with my 54 Chevy car. But both of those are gonna be slower going projects. All I wanted to tell you right now was those were them, and they just left. So they're gonna go get narrowed, shortened up by Mr. Derek. But we're gonna do a lot of talking today outside. So let's get into the video. We'll show you this over here. This one just showed up yesterday. This is a 58, 59 GMC from Maine. It just got dropped off yesterday, so we're gonna do a full build on that. GSI chassis, shot wheels, bare brakes. We've got my trailer down here. This is Sema prep. So we leave for Sema on Friday. Today is Wednesday. So we're getting all 4 new tires because we don't like to be those guys on the side of the road with blown out tires. So Bronco is pretty much ready to go to Sema. It's been paint corrected by Frank and Taylor over there. Ron did the stripe on it, which actually there's a lot of stripe on this one. The whole body line here, the whole grill, the whole tailgate. But this thing's getting detailed tomorrow, then going in the trailer. We're trying to get a engine cover done for this today so that Frank can paint it tomorrow. And then we'll put it on probably at Sema. But it doesn't have to be done. It's something we're trying to do to surprise the customer, who's now gonna watch this video and know that it happened, but whatever. Next one we'll touch base on is David's 55. We've kind of like doing the Dinos crunch on this one, trying to make it look presentable. So this one is the chassis that sat over there forever. Now it's a full running, driving truck. Bed's on, but we're staying in the Bedwood over there that we can show you. And right now they're pulling the wheels off and we're doing underglow because if anyone's seen David's Impala, he loves his LED lights. So we're doing basically perimeter underglow, and then we'll have some lights so when you open up the Bedwood bed floor, you'll be able to see all the chassis work that's done under there. So here we have the Marquee Bedwood. This is just the standard white oak, but we just stained it in a very, very black stain, which will go good with a darker interior. But it's really dark, which is what we wanted, but we also wanted to still be able to see that it was wood grain. Or we wanted to be able to see that it was still wood, so we wanted to see the grain. So I think this will get buzzed down one more time and then get a nice clear over it, and that'll be done. The turbo engines are multiplying around here. You've seen this one, and then now this one. So this one's brand new here. This is for my personal truck, the one that the bedsides are for. But this is basically a Summit Racing package that I kind of pieced and parted together, but this is mostly all Summit parts. Actually, I think all Summit parts. Brand new. We'll just call it an LS engine, right? Everybody knows it's cast iron, so it's not an LS one. It's just call it an LS engine. Summit intake, Summit fuel rails, Summit throttle body. This is even a Summit turbo. This is a T4 flange 975 turbo. Summit's new cast stainless exhaust manifold that's divided. So we actually have passenger side, driver side wastegates. But just did a cam in there, which is actually Summit's turbo cam. We did do Brian Tooley springs, and then measured for push rods, and then put the whole thing back together. And now I just gotta get some spark plug wires at work. But depending on how much boost we put to that thing, well, I don't know, anywhere between 500 and 700 horsepower maybe. Maybe a little bit more if we crank the boost up, but I'll keep it conservative. I don't know what this one will do because I don't know anything about the inside of this engine. We talked about that last time though, so we'll just move on. Stillwell's truck with everything that we've had going on lately, getting ready for Dinos and Sema I don't think we've even touched this truck in the last 2 weeks. So that's it. There you go. Watch the last video. This is Kevin. Usually he puts his arm around other people. Everything that we've done to this truck lately has been on the inside. So a little bit of firewall work, transmission tunnel work, drive shaft tunnel work, and mounting electronics underneath. Other than that, wheels and tires are on it. Well, we did add the bare brakes. We did our standard bare 14-inch 6-piston rotors. It's called the 6P. And then we put the shot wheels on. We did 20 by 8.5s up front and 22 by 12s in the rear. The bracing and everything's been put in place. All this stuff was extended, but the bracing wasn't there last time. So now those are braced. Tubs are in on the inside. And then the whole bed floor has been built. Maybe get the wood in it next week so we can have it displayable for the open house. One truck that you'll notice is missing is Rob Lane's square body. It has been sent over to interior. So as soon as we got Brian's dually back, we dropped off the tan and blue square bodies. This all just got body worked and bed lined. So as soon as we get that truck back, we'll be able to put this on, and this one will be ready to go to Dino's, and it'll be done. Full interior, all the beds done, all under the hood's done. So just clean it up and get it to Dino's. So more Dino's crunch time. Over here, a lot of the stuff looks the same, I'm sure. Maybe it's been moved around. I think this was up there before. So this is down on the ground. Actually, this is done now. I don't think it was done last time because we had gunny wheels on the front. So we got the front wheels back from Budnick. Originally, when he bought these wheels, this truck was just supposed to be a coilover truck. So the rear was a 22 by 10 with like a standard offset. So it was basically set up like the Tahoe, right? So there was totally different and wrong offsets for something that's going to be on airbags. So we knew right away that we're going to do we knew right away we're going to do 22 by 12s on the rear. So we had those rehooped, but the fronts we didn't know if we could get away with the way they were or not. So we finished the truck basically and got it to where it was going up and down with fenders on it, and the truck's 100% done, and realized that we didn't have hardly anything for turning radius. So we took the wheels off, sent them to Budnick, and they changed the offset and gave us about another 3/4 of an inch clearance. So now the truck doesn't have to be all the way up to drive it around. So that's cool. This one's done. Kyle over at J&R is going to come by on Monday, the day after Sema. And we're gonna go do some drive tuning on this one and drive tuning on David's. So this one will be at Get Down, David's will be at Get Down, the tan square body will be at Get Down, the darker red square body will be at Get Down. Shannon's coming in with the blue C10, 65 C10, that one's gonna be there. And then everything else in here is the same, so we can go look at Brian's truck. So let's go look at Brian's truck, because that one will be at Sema and Get Down. All right, so we've got Brian's that's just about ready to go to Sema. I think they're gonna pull it in the booth today and do some last minute, touch-ups, nibs, paint corrections, that type of thing. We have the piece that goes over the radiator that I think is in the booth, just got painted. So we'll probably be putting that on at the show. I've got a couple miles on this thing now. We've spooled up the turbo to 20 or 30 pounds of boost already. And I haven't done a burnout yet, but it's been fun to drive. But interior's done. This just got back from Steve. Steve is an absolute rock star when it comes to interiors because he did this in record time, and he had some pretty big personal stuff he was going through at the time with a loss. So we really appreciate Steve getting this thing done for us. We're still waiting on the steering wheel from somebody else that likes to wrap steering wheels. But this thing turned out pretty cool. The center console from here all the way back and then around the passenger rear seat is all sub enclosure. There's 3 15-inch subs in this thing. So it's pretty loud. It's got a cool 9 or 10-inch touchscreen from Pioneer there in the dash, and then obviously Restomod AC controls, Restomod vents. Steve built this kind of black acrylic trim rather than putting the factory stuff back on there. It kind of matches the trim on the outside of the truck, and then he ran a little line down the middle there too. So all in all, I think it came out really good. We're still waiting on a dome light. We're still waiting on a cowl panel. Both those pieces are supposed to be here today. And then this thing will get cleaned up tomorrow with the Bronco, and off to Sema we go. So that's a wrap for this video. We're kind of busy getting ready to go to Sema, and then we roll straight from there right into Get Down. And we're trying to debut I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 different builds, 100% at Dino's. So the cool thing about that for you guys is there's gonna be a lot of wrap-up videos coming soon. Brian's dually will be one of them, Joe's square body, the tan square body, the OBS, I don't know what else. They're all David's truck. It's all kind of blurring together a little bit, but make sure you're subscribed so that you can get the notifications when those come out in case you missed my Instagram posts. And remember, 2 new shirts and a whole bunch of hats coming for Dino's. And I'm not making them available until Dino's is over. So if you want them, go to Dino's. If they don't sell out there, then I'll get them on the website. See you later. Bye.
Hi, Izzy. Cha. Cha. Cha.